the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Say hello to the folks.
Hey, hello to the folks.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hey to the folks.
Hey, what up, folks?
The NBA's really rolling along at this point. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And what a beginning to the season we've had. Some amazing plays, some huge games. Shaq, for the teams that have gotten out to a fast start, how do they go about maintaining that momentum?
Well, it's called PPM, Ernie. Perseverance, physically and mentally. Put your hands up, Ernie. Put your hands up, Kenny.
Okay.
Touch it.
All right.
Join hands. You just got to ride the wave and don't overthink it. Bring it back, Kenny. Oh, there you go. Ride the wave. Don't overthink. One last time. Ride the wave. There you go.
Oh,
Bring it back. Yeah.
I think I get it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Good.
I call my hands, Ernie.
What does that have to do with maintaining that momentum?
You got to ride the wave, Ernie.
Oh, okay.
That's the point I was trying to make.
Well,
Have you got something that doesn't require physical demonstration?
Well, I just say that your hands were very soft. I just want to say that. You do a good job of, moisturizing.
Moisturizing.
Yeah,
yes.
you do.
You
And
know
I think
what it
that
was? It was some of that Gold Bond. Man up, Ernie.
Oh, my goodness, man. Well, let's just keep improving and see what happens.
Let's go courtside. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. For the Pelicans, happy to be here in New Orleans right now in the midst of a homestand. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season. And not only a 1-1 split series between these two teams last year, guys, but both wins were on the road. So home court advantage wasn't that big an advantage.
Yeah, interconference matchup, two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
It's always interesting. You're not exactly sure what you're going to get, but it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Atlanta, filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Ilyasova out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Schroeder in at the point. Greg, when you watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you can see the beating he takes in the post, can't you?
Yeah, and that's just how it goes with star centers, with the size and activity of Cousins. Just like Shaq in the sense, big bruising centers are hard to officiate. Other players can lay into them and not even make a dent, but anyone else, it would be a foul.
Now here's Rondo after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. And here is Cousins. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Clippers.
Yeah, but his shot blocking was a factor as well. 3 on the game, just a major presence on the D.
Here's Schroeder. following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. The kick out to Ilyasova. From deep, Prince. Miller grabs the miss. The Pelicans have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Now the pass to Cousins. New Orleans moving it around. Diallo the pass to Cousins. They set the screen. Hits it from 3-point range. Holiday's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Now here's Ilyasova. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. To halt the run, that one wide left.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
And Cousins kicks to Holiday. Screen by Cousins. Inside. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
They already got into a nice flow. 4 for 5 from the field.
Bazemore dishes to Prince. Rondo with the steal. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And now it's a double-digit lead. And that's now 6 points here for Cousins.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
From 11 feet away, tries again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
You know, the 7-footer Dwayne Dedmon was a late bloomer to this game. His mother didn't let him play sports early on, but when he turned 18, though, he decided he wanted to pursue basketball.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good. And for most 7-footers, the game finds them. Coaches and scouts search out kids with special physical gifts like Dwayne Dedmon.
He's had to make up for lost time, but he made it. Last season, the most consistent playing time of his career. The Spurs coaching staff bringing him up to speed.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. New Orleans with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Holiday, the pass to Diallo. Schroeder against Rondo. Down low. Diallo, no good.
And the play looked good there for a second, just couldn't finish.
Well, the pass has to be on point. Then the catch and flush just doesn't work out here.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. We'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry. What's the news there, David?
Thanks, Kevin. He talked about the challenge tonight defensively and going up against a team that can really execute. He said those guys make the most of every possession. They cut to the basket, move the ball well. We have to make them take difficult, contested shots to give ourselves the best chance to win. We know how hard that is to accomplish, Kevin. Back to you.
David, thanks as always. Their goal early on is a simple one, keeping those opposing shooters from getting hot.
Yeah, and so defensively, they can't get tied into any one strategy. It might take a few different approaches here before they find one that works.
Greg, the reason why is you're never sure which of their shooters is going to get hot. The matchups will change depending on who's doing the most damage.
And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp, I think the focus, I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work, but I think personality sometimes they just clash.
And you can't have that. Winning teams may have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page.
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
And that one falls for Prince. And if there's one thing the Hawks have hung their hats on, it's been their defense.
Very disciplined across the board. They take charges, they protect the paint, they do a great job with their communication. And even though they get their share of blocks and steals, I think they do a great job of avoiding those cheap fouls.
And both free throws good for Prince. Pelicans leading by 3. Screen by Cousins. Rondo against Schroeder. And they double up Rondo. It's stolen by Schroeder. He kicks to Prince. Over Miller. Here's Ilyasova. Goes back up. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for New Orleans.
And you can see how big a role the three-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
The Pelicans have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Prince against Miller. To the right side. Here's Holiday. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Holiday's got 5 now.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Bazemore with it. Coming off a solid outing against Washington. Back to Schroeder. Now here's Ilyasova. He's tightly guarded. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
Yeah, he has the height to shoot over most any defender and the touch to make it with consistency.
Now here's Rondo. 11-point game his last outing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Stolen by Holiday. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Atlanta with the rebound. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Especially on the road. You're hoping for any extra contributions. But for a couple of stretches, there the backups control the game.
Now here is Holiday. He has 5. No good from Cousins. It's Schroeder with the drive. Here's Bazemore. Nice D from Cousins.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Miller. The rebound by Prince. And it's the Hawks' ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Wasted no time on that one. Schroeder's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
And Holiday kicks to Diallo. Passes it to Cousins. And he banks in the layup. Cousins has got 8 points. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately is really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those 2 anchors on the front line.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Delaney kicks to Babbitt from the arc. That one misses. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And unfortunately for them, they just ran into a hot shooting team and really had no answers.
Well, they still should have been more active on defense, giving those guys a run for their money.
Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area, and every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
He's off on the first. Every NBA player, Steve, believes in themselves, but some take it to the extreme. When they're on, they're on. And when they're off and cold, they just kind of lose interest, it seems. Which players do you think have this irrational confidence, if you want to call it that?
I think J.R. Smith, every shot, any shot, anywhere he feels is going in, and he will still take shots. He has amnesia. He could be 0 for 10 and keep shooting the basketball. Jamal Crawford is another guy. Those guys, they keep firing. Damian Lillard, they will keep shooting because they feel the next shot is going in.
Here's Clark. Hill has the open look. No good on the 3.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's good.
How about the fearlessness? And even in the face of the D, Bellinelli there makes him pay.
Here's Clark. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And the foul called on Malcolm Delaney. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. There's a screen. Allen kicks to Clark. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Collins grabs the miss. Atlanta's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Delaney. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Allen outside. Dishes it to Hill. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Allen. Averaging 5 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And clearly, he's having a tough stretch here. But it's all about how you respond to the adversity. That'll be key.
Listening to your coaches. Putting in the work. Those are keys. That's really all you can control.
Here's Bellinelli. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Wizards in Washington. Delaney, the 19-footer, is on the money. And the Hawks lead by 1.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to. And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. 2 Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
The first free throw is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Another made free throw. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
Here's Clark. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Hill dishes to Clark. There's a good screen. Floats one up, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
The beauty of the teardrop. Very difficult to really contest.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
One shot.
And that one falls for Clark. Here's Delaney. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington. He dishes it to Babbitt. Off target from outside.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
It's Allen with the drive. It's tipped. Here's Bellinelli, defended by Allen. Collins passes to Delaney. And Bellinelli kicks to Collins. And the rejection by Jinsa. And Smitty, as you know, it's all about defense for Tony Allen. He is a shooting guard in name only.
Well, you know what he does, Kevin? He'll still find a way to contribute offensively. He's a great cutter. And last season, the most offensive rebounds of his career, around 2.5 a game.
Loop shot.
Free throw, good. Allen. And the Hawks, known for their equal opportunity drive and kick offensive style. But Greg, their three-point shooting percentage has cratered the last few seasons.
Yeah, and the way the league is going, that's something they'll have to fix. The free throw line, also an issue for this group. It's clear they're in search of more shooting.
Tony Allen has carved out a nice role for himself in this league. A big-time defender who brings a ton of energy each and every possession.
Collins, good.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
New Orleans has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Clark dishes to Allen. Cunningham passes to Allen. No good that time. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Down low, here's Delaney. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Delaney's got his second basket of the game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Clark kicks to Hill. And again, no good by New Orleans.
A high percentage look from the mid-range. Might have been surprised that he was so wide open.
Here's Babbitt with the three. Tries again. Here's Muscala. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Now it's a 4-point Hawks lead. Here's Clark. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Hill passes to Clark. Shot clock at 5. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And the basket by Hill. Now Bellinelli. Here's Delaney. They get it back. Babbitt, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Babbitt's got his first points of the game. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hawks lead by 3. From New Orleans, back in a moment. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And for the Hawks guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Control the boards, and you control the flow of the game.
We've got Cunningham. Allen is out there with Ian Clark. Then there's Solomon Hill, and it's Ajinça in at the center. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. It's tipped. They get it back. Pass to Bellinelli. Jacks up a three, and no good. Excellent D there from Allen. Clark for three. Rebound, Atlanta. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And Muscala kicks to Bellinelli. They set the pick. Here's Delaney. Drills it from outside. Delaney's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Atlanta. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. I guess I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. Here's Babbitt. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Collins kicks to Babbitt. Clock at 6. From deep. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Delaney. 7 points in the game. Feeds to Babbitt. Kicks it to Muscala. Now the pass to Delaney. Here's Collins. Rebounded by Ajinça. A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Pelicans trail by 4. Outside Rondo. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Diallo, defended by Ilyasova. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Rondo against Schroeder. Rondo dishes to Cousins. Rebound by the Hawks.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Now here's Prince. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Wizards in Washington.
And he really controlled the pace of the game by getting to the line. The D could not slow him down, and he took advantage of it.
Now here's Rondo after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Cousins with a screen for Rondo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. 1, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And 2, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. He needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with it.
And Smitty, as an NBA player, you got to travel all over the country and see just about every major metro area in the nation. When you were playing and you were doing all that traveling, which city did you always look forward to playing in the most?
You know, Kevin, I thought it was Miami when I left Miami because I had the friends. And let me be honest, the weather and getting a chance to go back to the restaurants. But I think the energy and the basketball knowledge of the fans just walking around is New York City. You have great conversations with people at a deli all around the city of New York, and then playing in the Mecca. New York was my favorite place.
And they made you feel appreciated there, whether they despised you because you were good and were going to hurt the Knicks, or you were playing for New York and they could cheer you on. Am I right?
Yeah, you're totally right. The one thing they did, Kevin, like you said, playing well or not, or rooting for you or not, they always told you the truth.
Here's Rondo following the bucket by the Hawks. Pass to Diallo. Clock at 6. Over Ilyasova. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore. His three-pointers off the mark. Pelicans trail by 5. To the inside. Miller. It's deflected. Now here's Schroeder. He had 19 points in the win against the Wizards in Washington.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Rondo kicks to Holiday. To the inside. Cousins, the pass to Diallo. Holiday against Prince. Miller with a wide open look. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Schroeder dishes to Prince. Stolen. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Holiday is running. That one falls. Now just a 2-point Atlanta lead.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
Here's Dedmon. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Ilyasova a screen. Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. Back to Schroeder. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Schroeder has speed to burn, but also has a great feel for finding angles to convert on the drive.
Rondo passes to Holiday. Here's the floater, and the layup is up and in. Holiday's got it all tied up now for New Orleans.
The beauty of the teardrop, very difficult to really contest.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
It looked like a total breakdown to me there. He exploited that hole perfectly and made them pay.
Cousins with a screen on Schroeder. High arcing shot. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Big difference from the first quarter to the second. His shot looks completely in rhythm now.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany handed the keys as the full-time starter at the point guard in his 4th season.
And with his confidence and competitive spirit, you know, he was chomping at the bit for that opportunity. And you got to love his athleticism coupled with that big play capability. It's just exciting to see how good this young man can become.
That's good from Schroeder. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass. And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Here's Holiday. And Cousins kicks to Miller. Holiday goes in and stolen by Bazemore. There's the dish to Ilyasova. He's off on that one. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that. And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good, Holiday. Andrew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
That one misses.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Bazemore for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got 6 rebounds in the game. The feed to Rondo. They set the screen. And the Pelicans miss again. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for DeMarcus Cousins. 8th in blocks, 9th in rebounding. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. Rondo against Schroeder. Screen by Cousins. Cousins with a screen for Holiday. Shoots over Bazemore. Just 5 to shoot. Kept alive. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from DeMarcus Cousins.
Just tremendously physical. Cousins not afraid to rearrange some furniture in there.
And Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. Launches a 3, but he stays with it. Second shot opportunity, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Holiday kicks to Rondo. Miller with a screen on Schroeder. Rondo dishes to Miller. Over Prince. Miller, no up.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Cunningham, he's checked in for Diallo. Solomon Hill comes in for Darius Miller. Allen's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The Hawks leading by 4. Here's Delaney. He's got 7. Abbott. A second chance effort, and he lays it up and in.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Now, here is Hill. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Cunningham passes to Clark. Screen by Cousins. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, and Cousins, with his physical style, always among the league leaders in free throw. Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
2 shots.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with the team who is committed to him.
Well, the NBA, we know, has incredible competition. And more times than not, it's more serious than anything else. And you're so locked in. But Steve, right, there are moments of levity that everybody can kind of laugh at, correct?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think the one thing is having a teammate go to their free throw line, shooting an air ball, and him glancing over at the bench. And, you know, nobody wants to laugh at times. But depending on the game, you just bust out laughing, and then he goes up there and shoots it really hard to make sure he doesn't have an air ball. And then the one when you're passing the basketball and the teammate is not looking and you catch him right in the choppers, that's the one everybody laughs about the most.
How about you personally? Any moment that either you were laughing or people were laughing at something that happened to you on the floor?
You know, I had this one, we call it a flat tire, Kevin. I was led. Teammate Brevin and I drew it out, and I couldn't stop, and my legs wobbled. I fell, I caught it, and went out of bounds. That's the one I think for me was the funniest. It just wasn't funny when it happened.
Here's Delaney after the basket by Tony Allen. Here's the screen. Babbitt kicks to Collins. Allen left side over Bellinelli. Tries again, and no problem from Cousins as he finishes at the rim. Cousins has got the game tied up here for New Orleans. Delaney kicks to Muscala. 35 seconds left to play in the first half. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. For Atlanta, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. First free throw is good. And the Hawks going young on the perimeter, hunting out promising 3-and-D wing.
Kevin, you see the success that teams like the Warriors have had with their length and versatility on the perimeter. Clearly, the Hawks are trying to go in that direction.
New Orleans making a switch here. Jins is checked in. Both free throws good from Bellinelli.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Here's Clark. There's the screen. Hill kicks to Allen. Swiped it away. Now Bellinelli. And Muscala has it in the corner. He feeds it to Collins. Back to Muscala. Beyond the arc. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
A thrilling way to finish this one.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's Atlanta up 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, your guys have been able to limit their scoring. How have you done that?
Well, I think our activity, hopefully in the pick and rolls, is making it difficult on them, contesting every shot, denying just our activity in general.
High hands and quick feet. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Welcome, everybody, to the halftime show. I'm Ernie Johnson. The guy nodding over here is Kenny the Jet Smith. And the guy that's doing that is Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. Looking at the Hawks, Kenny, some perspective, please.
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big difference in the first half.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
You know, they haven't shot the ball very well. Not nearly enough quality looks. Right now, this game could easily come down to shot selection and how they run their offense. They need to keep the ball moving and generate better looks.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
He's been one of, if not the hardest worker over the first 2 quarters. His tenacity has been the difference.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Atlanta leading by 5. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Schroeder and Bazemore are in the backcourt. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Prince in at the small forward.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
And here is Cousins. Outside Rondo to the paint.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. And Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. In the corner, Ilyasova with it. Takes the 3. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Really, a lack of focus coming out of the break. So far, they are 0 for 3.
Rondo's shot is off. The Hawks have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. They set the pick. Bazemore dishes to Dedmon. He used that pick to get in close. Dedmon's got his second bucket of the night.
That's the shot they were looking for. After 3 straight misses coming out of the break, let's see if that sparks a rally.
And Holiday kicks to Diallo. There's the 3. The shot by Holiday, no good. The Hawks leading by 5 to the inside. Prince, the pass to Dedmon. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Dedmon's got 8 points. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Rondo with it now, guarded by Schroeder. Up off the screen.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
And here's Prince outside. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. He kicks it to Holiday. He's looking for Cousins and finds him.
And Cousins makes scoring look effortless. A super talented center who quickly can fill it up.
Schroeder kicks to Prince. Pass to Dedmon. Prince against Holiday. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Clock is at 3. Here's Ilyasova. Here's Bazemore. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Bazemore's got the lead up to 7 now for Atlanta. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Screen by Cousins. Dishes it to Rondo. A second chance effort. And DeMarcus Cousins again. Cousins has got 4 points this quarter.
And not a fun assignment, trying to contain Cousins inside.
Bazemore dishes to Dedmon. Pass to Schroeder from past the arc. No good that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Cousins, the pass to Rondo. Right at the free throw line. No good off the back of the rim. The Hawks leading by 5. Prince kicks it to Bazemore. Puts up a 3. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Outside Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Miller kicks to Holiday. They set the pick. Offensive rebound.
He did a stellar job throwing his body into the mix and coming up with the easy tip in.
Atlanta's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Here's Print. Look at that.
Nice. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And so it's New Orleans with it, following the bucket by the Hawks. Cousins dishes to Holiday. To the paint. Here's Rondo. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Schroeder with the ball. He's got 9. Here's Dedmon, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
Screen by Cousins. There's the pick. Miller kicks to Rondo. A floater. Basket good. Rondo's got 7 points.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time. Dennis Schroeder out of Germany, a scoring-minded point guard. We know that. Started his career backing up Jeff Teague. Last season, though, the Hawks handed Schroeder the keys.
Taken away by Holiday. And there's the foul that goes on Ilyasova. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Diallo. Solomon Hill comes in for Miller. Allen's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Hawks see Schroeder as their starting point guard of the future.
And they're not the only one who likes him. A lot of other GMs picking up the phone wondering if the Hawks might be willing to include him in a trade.
Here's Clark. 5 to shoot. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Pelicans trail by 5. Clark kicks to Allen. There's the pick. Makes it off the glass. He's got 6.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Feeds it to Muscala. Back to Delaney. He dishes it to Muscala. 6 to shoot. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
The Hawks have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Dante Cunningham's checked in for the Pelicans.
One shot.
That's good from Babbitt. And the Hawks with an unselfish offensive style. Players in motion, out of spacing, and Steve Smart shot selection.
Yeah, it is. But what they really need is they need more shooters and playmakers. They don't have enough of them. Right now, their offense is predicated on guys who have a high skill level.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Pelicans have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game. That's good from Cunningham. Good on both. The Hawks leading by 4. Here's Delaney. He has 7. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. It's deflected. Collins passes to Muscala. Hawks passing it around. Delaney no good.
You know, he really is forcing it right now. This has been a frustrating night for him.
Allen kicks to Clark. Outside Hill. Shot off the pick. And the shot is long. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Pelicans.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you are making life far too easy on them.
Here's Delaney. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Collins. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Collins has got his second bucket of the night. Pelicans trail by 6. They set the pick. Hill dishes to Clark. The baseline J. Ajinça controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Delaney kicks to Babbitt. The pass to Muscala. Here's Babbitt. He's guarded by Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looking to end his cold spell. He takes it up and lays it in. Delaney's got 9.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude.
Here's Clark. To the middle. Here's Ajinça. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Collins. Oh, and wait a second, guys. We've got a whistle, and it's on the defense. So a shooting foul on the dunk, so a chance to grab those 2 points coming up here at the line. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Collins. Pelicans trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Clark, the pass to Hill. They set the pick. Rebound, Atlanta. Here's Collins. 7 points in the game. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Clark for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He has 6.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Delaney kicks to Muscala. Back to Delaney, expanding his range. It's Cunningham with the rebound. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Well, Smitty, you look at Coach Bud, Mike Budenholzer of the Hawks. You got to love the equal opportunity offensive style he employs.
Yes, right out of the San Antonio Spurs playbook. A lot of passing. They talk about we want to get a great shot, not a good shot. Unselfish basketball.
For New Orleans, they have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
That one is off.
They aren't making anything at the line today. This is a team that struggles at the line.
And he sinks the second. The Hawks leading by 5. 1:39 left in the third quarter of the game. The 11-footer basket good. Collins has got 9.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
There's a screen. Clark kicks to Allen. Off the screen and off the front iron, and in it goes. Allen's got 4 points this quarter.
Like seeing the activity from Tony Allen down low. No one scares this guy, even when he's taking it amongst the trees.
Here's Delaney. 9 points in the game so far. Collins dishes to Muscala. Kicks to Bellinelli. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Allen. 43 seconds left to play here in the third. Cunningham passes to Allen. Passes to Ajinça. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. 6 points for him.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
Delaney kicks to Muscala. Back to Delaney. It's stolen.
And when you can't hold for the last possession, that's what you want to try and do.
Patience and execution. You need both here. We'll see what they run.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, reason why they have found their shooting stroke. Their offense is clicking.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Hawks lead by 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
We don't need to be in a hurry to beat them. Let's just go with our defense, keep moving it, keep playing.
Poised aggressiveness, guys. I think the message there from Mike Budenholzer, asking for energy, asking his guys to mount an attack.
Well, and all 5 guys need to be on the same page. You need to be active, yes, but you also really need to communicate with one another.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Cunningham is out there with Alexis Ajinça. Then there's Ian Clark. Then it's Holiday. And it's Allen in at the 3 spot. That's the Pelicans 5. New Orleans in the lead. And stolen by Prince. Now here's Bazemore. It's Prince on the wing. Back to Bazemore. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And going into last season, Kent Bazemore commanding a salary in excess of $17 million. Greg, how did an undrafted player coming off his first starting season in the league get that kind of salary?
Timing is everything. Reflection of the market. Well, you remember you had that huge spike in the cap. It's also a bet on his upside and work ethic. And with Bazemore, you see that the dedication to improve is there, and that's what made the Hawks comfortable with the contract.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore.
You know, he was undrafted out of Old Dominion. Ken Bazemore has come a long way. Didn't get much run his first few years in the league, but now he's an impact player.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Diallo, he's checked in for Cunningham. Darius Miller comes in for Allen. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ian Clark. And so Bazemore nails both of them.
Kent Bazemore, a 6'5" wing with a almost 7-foot wingspan. That gives him some versatility. Able to defend 1 through 3.
Rondo with it. Guarded now by Prince. On the wing, Miller. There's a screen. There's the dish to Holiday. Shoots over Bazemore. Rebounded by the Hawks. Dedmon's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Kent Bazemore, a former lefty Drizzle, Defensive Player of the Year at Old Dominion.
Well, he takes pride on that side of the ball. On that defensive end, he loves it. That's what's got him here today.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Ilyasova, no one around him. Kicks it out to Prince. Drills the three-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 4.
He could have easily been selfish there and taken the shot, but he smartly kicked it out for a wide-open look.
Schroeder against Rondo. Miller outside over Prince. That's good from Miller on the assist by Rondo.
Love watching Rondo drop dimes out there. His court vision is just out of this world.
Now Bazemore. Here's Prince. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Holiday inside the line. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Schroeder dishes to Ilyasova. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Diallo. Out to Miller. Just 5 on the clock. They get it back. Sinks that one from the post.
Huge play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
You know what? That was perfect timing on that possession. Huge play in the game. They needed those points right now.
Ilyasova against Rondo. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
That's good interior D, but Kent Bazemore with great length, able to make the contested shot.
And the shooter, Ilyasova, played the first 7 seasons of his career with the Milwaukee Bucks, but he's had to keep his bags packed over the last couple seasons.
Yeah, just in the last 2 seasons, Detroit, Orlando, Oklahoma City, Philadelphia, and Atlanta. In the summer, he signed a new free agent deal. I'm sure he's looking forward to having a stable address for a little while.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Outside Holiday. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Here's Rondo, and he comes up with the deuce.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Rondo against Schroeder. The feed now to Dedmon. Hawks passing it around. Prince's shot is good.
Here we go, his second made from beyond the arc in the second half after having no such luck in the first.
And Holiday kicks to Rondo. With the teardrop, it's rebounded by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
That one goes in, and now it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
Not one to back down inside. Schroeder likes to get right into the teeth of the defense.
Rondo with a screen for Holiday. They set the pick. Miller with a screen on Prince. Miller kicks to Rondo. Screen by Cousins. Rondo with a clean look, and that one comes up a bit short. The Hawks leading by 8. Pass to Prince. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. Pelicans trail by 9. And here's Holiday. Pass to Diallo. Screen by Cousins. Makes it off the glass. Cousins has got 24.
And Cousins just relentless at attacking down low.
Schroeder with the ball. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Now here's Schroeder. Ilyasova a screen. He feeds it to Dedmon. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Dedmon's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks.
He cannot be contained right now. The hoop keeps getting bigger and bigger for him with each made shot.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
Now Bazemore. Ilyasova a screen. And it's Schroeder in the corner. For 3. That one doesn't go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. To the paint. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
You got to love the intensity. Cousins going right for the throat and just jamming that one home. And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He told them, I don't want us to be satisfied yet. We can congratulate ourselves later, after we win. Right now, we have to close this one out. He doesn't seem to think this one's over yet, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. It's Schroeder with the drive. And the rejection by Cousins. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Looking to end his cold spell. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Screen by Cousins. Miller, that's for 2. Rebound by the Hawks.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Bazemore has dramatically improved at the line since he came into the league. A big plus for his team.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
That free throw missing.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit. Getting to the foul line here in the second half.
And he sinks the second. Pelicans trail by 7. Miller with a screen on Prince. Rondo passes to Cousins. No good on the triple. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Now here's Bazemore, guarded by Holiday. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. The putback, Cousins trying to free himself up. Great positioning on the putback.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Schroeder. In the corner, Bazemore with it. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Bazemore's got 11 in the second half. New Orleans has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Screen by Cousins. Rondo dishes to Miller. Miller with another miss.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Schroeder outside. Dedmon kicks it over to Schroeder. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Pelicans trail by 8. 13 feet away. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First one falls for him. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with the chance to win.
Miller, the pass to Rondo. Miller sets a screen for Holiday. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
The drive by Schroeder. He used that pick to get in close. Schroeder's got the lead up to 9 now for Atlanta.
He comes off screens like it's an agility course. Schroeder as elusive as they come.
Holiday dishes to Miller. The pass to Diallo. Shot clock at 6. Holiday inside the line. Holiday with another miss. The Hawks leading by 9. Schroeder up top. He's covered by Rondo. Outside Prince. He kicks it to Ilyasova. Dishes it to Schroeder. Ilyasova is screen on Rondo. Schroeder. Pelicans pull it in. Miller's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive ball.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
You know what? When you don't box him out, he will burn you for it. He threw that putback down with the authority.
In the corner, Bazemore with it. Schroeder outside. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's the pick, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
Yeah, so many of these can go either way. Very difficult for the screener to stay 100% motionless.
The Hawks leading by 7. Feeds to Dedmon. And stolen by Cousins.
Can't waste a second now. And even then, there's still little chance.
They're teetering on the edge, just trying to hold on to any hope. Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 5. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And here's Schroeder. Goes up from the top of the key and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And this is not a time to be patient with the basketball.
Yeah, for sure. They need a quick score and a foul just to have a chance.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Obviously upset to have to take a seat here, but at this point, I don't think it'll have an impact. The game's probably out of reach anyway.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They trail by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a dejected group of guys. I mean, they've got a lot of pride, and just hadn't happened for them here tonight.
The most important thing to remember, it's not over, but they have to step up on both ends to have a chance.
The 3 from Hill. Collins grabs the miss. Here's Delaney. He dishes it to Babbitt. Back to Delaney. Kicks it to Collins. And so the Hawks take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.